Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will show you how to make a very stylish and useful bag that I prepared with spaghetti yarn. I used one piece of spaghetti yarn for my bag. I tried to share the making process and size in detail. I hope it will be useful. Let's move on to the recipe. The yarn I will use for this bag is spaghetti yarn. It will be combed yarn. The texture of our rope looks like this closely. My crochet number will be 6 millimeters. You can determine your crochet number according to the tightness and looseness of your hand. The thinness and thickness of the thread is also very important in determining our crochet number. Here I have a medium thickness combed yarn. It's not too thin. I recommend using thin or medium thickness combed cotton threads for this bag. With very thick combed cotton threads, this bag will be heavy and look very rough. That's why I recommend using thin or medium thickness combed cotton threads. We start by making a magic ring. If there are beginners among us, how to make a magic ring? I have shared the detailed video before. I will add the link to the description section of our video. You can access it by clicking there. After creating this magic ring, we draw a chain. We make a loop by sinking directly into the magic ring. We have 2 loops. We wrap them around them. We knit a single needle by passing through them. We repeat the same process by sinking again. We knit 6 single needles in total. Again, if there are beginners among us, how to draw a chain, single needle. I shared a detailed how-to video. I will add the link to the description section of our video. You can access it by clicking there. We also knit our 2nd, 4th, 5th and 6th single needle. Here we pull the short rope as far as we can. We form a circle. We slightly stretch the loop on our crochet hook and remove our crochet hook from the front by sinking into the headspace of the first single needle we knitted here from the back. We attach the stitch we left behind to our hook and pass it through this point. Then, after passing the stitch here, the last single crochet we knitted is in a V shape. It is very important to recognize single crochet here. This is the front point of the single crochet. It consists of a V-shaped line and headspace. We insert the V space in the middle part of the last single crochet we knitted. We crochet this and this stitch. We have connected this dot here. We wrap our yarn around the head of our hook, and from this point we make a chain by removing the loop. We sink into the same space again, remove the stitch and knit single crochet. We've double stuck at this point, one in the form of a chain, the other in the form of a single crochet. So, we have moved on to the next row from the last single crochet we knitted. Now let's see the shift point in between. This is the point where we took our stitch to the back, and this is the first single crochet we knitted in the first row. The point where we sink into the headspace and slide the loop. Now our first chain, this point is already obvious. We started with a chain, but if you lose this point, I recommend using a safety pin like this, especially if you are just starting out. Now we continue. We move to the next row from the last single crochet we knitted, and at this point we made 2 single crochets. 2 single crochets, 1 chain and 1 single crochet. Now we sink into the middle part of the first single crochet, which is also shaped like a V. The crochet should come out like this. We looked at it like this from the front. Let's hide the short string here. Let's hide the short string from the magic ring by taking it on the crochet hook. We knit the 2nd single needle Virgo pattern by sinking it into the same space again. Now, with the next single needle, we insert the V-shaped part right in the middle, and the crochet hook will come out like this. We knit the short rope by hiding it. We knit 1 or 2 single crochets by holding it on the crochet hook. That is, we double knit. Classically, we actually increase. We knit 2 single crochets by sinking into the middle of the next single needle. Let's complete this row quickly, and the last single needle here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double needles. The point we are looking at is now we are sinking into the last single needle here. I am leaving the short thread at this point. We have hidden it enough. Now we have knitted 2 single needles here, and we have come to the point where we first started. We are stretching our noose again. In the meantime, we will now make a different combination. We took out our safety pin. Let's straighten our knitting by hand ironing each row. After stretching our stitch here, there is the chained point, and there is also the single crochet we started with. There is a V point here, a spike-shaped point, and a section here. We will insert into the head space of the first single crochet from back to front, and we will take this loop with our hook and pass it to the back part. Now we will do the joining by sinking into this chained point. We sink into the middle part of the chain point, which is shaped like a V. This is how we remove our crochet hook. The first thing we knit is the chained point. We attach the loop we put to the back part, which we dipped into this point, to our hook, and from there we take the thread onto our finger. We wrap it around the head of our crochet hook, remove the stitch from this point, and knit single crochet. Actually, this is a chain. We accept this as a single needle. Now we created the chained point like this. Now, we have knitted a double stitch by knitting a second single needle by sinking into the same space again. Now we will proceed as a single double needle, a single double needle, and a single needle. We knit 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. The next one is also 1. In this way. No need to put a safety pin here. Because it is protruding, the upper row is quite visible. Now we proceed to the end of the row in the order of 1 even, 1 odd, 1 even, 1 odd. We have come to the end of our turn. After the double point, we knit a single needle by inserting our last single needle into the middle part in the same way. We started with even and finished with odd. Again, we stretch our loop slightly. We insert from back to front at the point where the first single crochet is located. We attach this loop to our crochet hook and pass it to the back. We connect this dot. Afterwards, we sink right in the middle of the chain point where we first started, and we lock this point here by attaching the loop we pulled to the back part to the end of our crochet hook. We remove the loop from here and draw a chain. This chain is a single needle. Now, if there is such a slight inward bending, be sure to take the stretch with your hand. Be sure to flatten the base with your hand. If you knit by adhering to the numbers I have given here and there is still too much folding, it may be due to the tightness of your hands. You may be knitting too hard and tightly. The texture of your rope is also very important here. However, if there is improvement when you open it with a light hand, but then it straightens again, you can iron it in reverse. There will be no problem when we iron it. Let me share this as a tip. Now we started with the chain here. Now we will make 2 singles. We've only made 1 here. Now we insert into the middle part of the next single crochet. Remove stitch and knit. We made our 2 singles. Now we will knit double at this point. Once again, by inserting into the same single crochet, double, now 2 single, 2, double to this point. In this way, 2 single, 1 double, 2 single, 1 double, we continue until the end of the row. We have come to the end of our turn. After making 2 single crochets, we insert the last single crochet into the middle part again. It comes out from the back like this. We knit 2 single crochet stitches at this point in our meal. We finished this point with a double. We started with 2 singles. We completed our turn with the couple. Likewise, this is the chained point, and we sink into the space where the first single crochet is. Here we pass our loop to the back, from back to front. and we attach this loop to our hook by sinking into the middle of the first point where we started the chain, and we start the first point by removing the stitch from this point and pulling a chain. Now at this point we're going to do 3 odd 1 even. Again, we'll start with the couple at this point. Because even 1, 2, 3 odd, we will make a pair. Now we sink into the space where the first point we started and knit the second single needle here. Even now we will make 3 odd, 1, 2, 3, 3, even 3 odd. Now we started this point with even 1, 2, even 3 odd 1, even 3 odd 1. We proceed to the end of the row in the form of a double. We are at the end. We complete our row with the last 3 odd stitches. We stretch our stitch again, sinking into the top space where the first single crochet is. We take the back part of the stitch, sinking into the middle of the chained point where we first started. Attaching the stitch to the crochet end, we remove the stitch from this point and draw a chain, now in this order. We will do 4 odd. This is now our last row. As I said, we will complete our row as 1, 2, 3, 34 odd, 1, 2, 3, 4, odd, and even. If it collects, we will definitely flatten those points by hand ironing like this with your hand, opening the curling part like this. Now here, I have completed my first piece by knitting. Now I will remove this point again here, because we will not cut our rope anymore in the second piece. Now, after knitting our last single crochet here, the last single crochet we knit will be double. So we started with 2, 4, a single pair. So, since we started with 4 odd numbers, we end this point with an even number. Here we dip into the last space again and knit a single crochet. After this single crochet, we cut our thread sufficiently and remove it from our loop. We insert the top space of the first single crochet from back to front. As if joining, we put our rope behind first. We will sink into these 2 lines where the single crochet point where the thread comes from is located. Rear single wing and stripe. We are sinking into this line. And we sink into the back single wing like this and take the end of our rope out from here. When we subtract these 2 points and take the bottom part and tighten this point slightly, it becomes completely equal to the other sides. We will knit the other piece we knitted in the same way. Here I knitted and prepared the first piece. This model consists of 36 tight needles in total, and here we knit 2, 4, 6 rows. Here we started the 6th row together with you. We will finish it as I have shown here. We will knit 4 odd pairs, 4 odd pairs, and finish with the last pair. We will join as I did here and finish this point. After knitting the first piece like this, we will knit and prepare the second piece with the same numbers. Let's knit and complete the current piece. Let's knit and complete this second piece. Let's continue knitting the next stage together.